All right, so I said we're gonna do a little tutorial on how we make maple syrup. First, we come out to the woods here and collect the sap. We've got a couple jugs here. This one's overflowing here, but we'll get this going. We got our food grade bucket here, and then we got a little coffee. We got a little coffee filter there. We're gonna filter it. We'll filter it a few times, but this will filter out any of the bugs, the dirt, and the bark. It gets into it. Some people do the plastic tubing. So I don't waste my time with all the plastic tubing. I just get a nail, use some wire, hang a milk jug, you know, and then we have the tap coming right out of the tree. So it was cold last week, so I still got a lot of ice. I can't empty everything because there's a lot of ice in these jugs, but I'm getting a good amount. There's a lot more yesterday. And there you go. That's how we collect it out in the woods here. And then you can see there's some dirt in there, but we're gonna filter that out again once we get home. And we're gonna go around. We got like 16 jugs going up here, up in the woods. You can see the jugs over there. There's a couple over there that you really can't see, but yeah, we're gonna collect that, and then we're gonna head home, and we're gonna get this going on the sap cooker, and yeah, we'll see you over there. All right, so we're back at the homestead with the sap. So we'll show you how we cook it over here, and we're probably gonna strain it one more time. So basically, I'll just strain it with a coffee filter again, and then this is easier. So if you don't have another set of hands, so basically it just sits right in there on the bucket, and then we're gonna strain this one more time. It gets all the bugs, any of the sugar flies, any of the bark or the dirt that gets into it. And it'll be nice and clean. All right, there you go. And we'll have nice clean sap there, as you can see. Kind of comes out a little bubbly there, but we'll check that out there in a second. Now let's go check out the stove. So this is the stove, but most importantly, one of the most important things is you gotta have Coors Light. You've gotta have plenty of cold Coors Light. But anyway, once you got your Coors Light, I'll show you how we cook. So this is how we cook, you know. We got a nice ripping fire in there. We got some pine going. Could be a little hotter, but it'll get going as the night goes on, because we're probably going to cook till about midnight. But it's basically, as what you see, I made this 55-gallon barrel. I turned it right into a stove, you know, made a flue right out the back here. But here's a sap, and it's steaming right away there, you know. It's kind of hard to see, I know, because of the steam, but the back one's at a very light boil, but it'll be boiling a little harder. Front one's not quite boiling so much, but yeah, we just keep adding until it's all cooked down, you know, since you have the direct flame right onto the pots there. Cooks down, and then once it's cooked down, we'll finish it inside in the kitchen, and we'll jar it, you know. We'll probably filter it one more time before it gets really thick, because it's hard to filter when it's thick. You know, there'll be some sediment and stuff in there, and we want to get all that sediment out so it doesn't look all dirty. You know, especially you want to do it clean, especially if you're selling it for your friends. But that's about it, you know. So we're gonna cook for the rest of the night. We got NASCAR going on in the garage, you know, and we need to cut up a little bit of firewood too for the you know, we got some pine over here. We got the old Ford, got the Ford with the log splitter. We're gonna cut up some pine over there, and we're gonna keep feeding that stove. And that's about it. And then probably tomorrow, or maybe even Tuesday when it's raining, we'll finish the sap, and we'll see you inside when we jar the sap, and show you how that's done. And we'll see you then. All right, we're back here. This is Mrs. Maple Syrup. As you can see, it's boiling over. I've already taken this up to temperature. Outside on the stove, I take it to about 218.5. Let's see where we're at. Yeah, see, look at that. See, 218.6, 218.7. Yeah, we're right at like maple syrup here. So we're gonna jar this. Some good stuff. So yeah, we're gonna come over here, and now we have a quart jar here. We're gonna do this in a quart. So what we're gonna do now, I washed this quart jar out. I washed it out and I boiled it for about 5 minutes. Sterilizes it. This is just an old t-shirt in case we spill a little bit. You also want the jar hot too, because if you pour hot maple syrup into a cold jar, you could crack the glass. So here we go. Hopefully we got a quart here. This is a pre-order for a friend at work, my boy SK. And there's his sap. And we got some left over in there too. We might even have another half a pint. I should have pulled a little half pint jar out. Probably got a little half pint in there. But yeah, now we'll jar this. There you go. If you've ever used these jars before, take a little bit of water on top. I'm just gonna get that water off. But there you go. There's a jar, and yeah, nice stuff. And yeah, if you wait about 15 minutes, there's a little tab on the top. You can't see it, but it's in the middle. You'll hear a pop in probably 15, 20 minutes as it cools down. That means it's sealed, and then you don't even really have to refrigerate it. I refrigerate it just to keep it. It'll stay better longer. But that's about it. That's how we make maple syrup. And if you're interested in actually doing it yourself, just a side note, when you're finishing it on the stovetop here, when it starts to boil over, it goes fast. Like, I'm talking fire department fast. Like, you're gonna have the fire department at your house. So please, if you're doing it for your first time, when you're close, if you finish it inside on your stove, stay near it. Because once it starts to boil, it goes over and you will have an oven fire. And yeah, not oven, stovetop fire, should I say. So yeah, just be careful if you try it at home. I hope you liked my video, and please hit subscribe. Talk to you later.